I feel like I have a fair amount of freedom. The chemistry department's been very good to work with, and I have a fair amount of history working with them. They're concerned about the content that I'm covering, and so making sure that I'm hitting what they want. But the method that I use has been left up to me, and I don't know if that's unusual throughout the college, but at least in the chemistry, they come check on me, see what I'm doing, so they're aware of what's going on. But the details they've been giving me the freedom to figure out how I want to do that.
Cool.
And as long as I'm getting results, I'm not failing everyone, and the students are demonstrating that they understand the material, then it's been okay so far. Okay, I left you with a question on Friday, and I told you that A wasn't the right answer. So, what other answers have you come up with?
32 grams per mole.
Okay, 32. Anybody else? This stems out of some work that I did when I was at Colorado State University, where we were designing activities for the instructors to be more coaches and less lecturers. We were still teaching in the big lecture halls, but that is the least effective method of education out there, but that seems to be our default typically. So we were trying to figure out ways to be able to move around the room and engage students, and still be able to cover all the material in the time that we had. We have an activity. So this is what the simulation is for. So who's going to work with Xander? Who's going to take one for the team? Okay. Since we have an odd number, I'm going to put the odd person at that computer because there's not a lot of room. So rock off, vote somebody off your island.
Yeah, it seems like I was voted off by a majority of one.
Yes, there it is. Or we can do a group of 3 and a group of 2, since you guys are not moving or voting. All right, your group. Here's the simulation. Did you get it to work?
Well, I can't scroll down, so I don't know what's happening.
Oh. That's weird. Did you not get, you didn't get yours? Okay, so you guys can work with this one. And I have a handout for each of you. So after you get done with each page, check in with me and let's discuss your answers. And so this is one of the activities we came up with, where we can still cover all the material. We can do more of an exploratory activity with the simulations online, and be able to still answer their questions and help them understand the material rather than just entertaining and presenting them. And I, from my experience, that's been more effective. There's still a fair amount of direct instruction to help get them started, help understand things. We do a fair amount of practice problems on the board. But active learning is going to be so much more effective than passive learning, which we get with the lectures. Okay, ladies, you've got a few minutes. What have you learned so far?
The lighter ones, particles, are moving faster than the denser ones.
Doesn't increase temperature. It doesn't increase temperature.
With no heat.
Right. So what What theory would explain that?
Or maybe it doesn't increase the temperature at all.
And then,
I think
so do a pump with the light molecules and then switch to heavy and do another pump.
Very cool.
So which ones are moving faster?
Small.
Why?
because they're light.
So?
Because there's a
have less
correlation
mass.
between
Because what?
They
mass.
have less mass.
They have less so?
Temperature is the same.
So when
For
you
all
have
of it.
less mass, you move faster.
Because the
Right.
temperature is the same.
Correct. You've broke it. All right, add some heat. Let's see if we can get that temperature to go up.
We did break it.
You
Don't
did.
worry.
You did break it.
Is that 0 Kelvin still?
Okay, let's hit reset.
Reset.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Um,
Oh. Okay. What else do we?
Okay, so cool it down to 1 Kelvin. All right, so what's happening to the pressure as you go down?
Decreases too.
Decreases. So where is the pressure coming from? These are all seniors. So this class is the highest level science class we have in chemistry. Because of the math requirements, it's usually seniors in their second semester that are able to take it. Occasionally we'll have a few juniors, but most of the time it's seniors. So my background, I came from the university to public ed. So I kind of come with, I think, a little bit different perspective. So the college level, I consider like my baseline, and then I go down from there for the high school expectations. So the conversations usually with my students is, this is a normal college expectation. Get used to it. Because it's just the way it is. And I try and get my high school students to that level.
So for the test tomorrow,
Yes.
what formulas?
I'll give you all the formulas.
Do we need to know all the constants and?
No. You'll get the constants. So there's actually a cover sheet in Canvas. At least there should be. If there's not, email me and there's not? Okay, I will be posting a cover sheet in Canvas.
Okay.
So you'll have that.
Did you make the test?
No. Going to be working on that today.
Oh, then. I was going to ask, what level of difficulty would you say?
This would be a general chemistry level of difficulty.
Oh my god.
So last time or the first time?
The problems in and of themselves were appropriate. There were just too many of them last time.
Will we be able to have that opportunity of extra credit yet again?
I don't know. We'll see. You've got to start off where they're at and working with them, and then slowly just pulling pieces away, whether that be the study guides or test review details, and just start putting more of the ownership on them, less specific or less detailed instructions for activities, more you got to figure this out on your own. So it's not a quick process. It usually takes me about a year to get our sophomores to that level, and then they go off for summer break, and I have to reteach them when they come back. So yeah, and part of our purposes of the school is to help them with that transition. So the concurrent enrollment is a great opportunity to be able to set those standards, but have the flexibility to be able to go back and help them get to that, because they don't always know where it's at.